All right, so you have a couple of blocks, a strap, you have a bolster. So today we actually are focused once again on, and we will for the next week as well, upper cross syndrome. It's rounding of the shoulder. So our focus is on opening through the front body, strengthening a bit. This is gentle yoga and meditation. So it's strengthening a bit through the backside of the body, and then a little upper trap in a couple of different ways. We'll get some upper trap. When I pointed here, that's not right. It's up here. So a little release there. And yes, we do have a hip flow that will catch all of the sides of the hip. So in order to begin to open up through the front body, just a recommendation or a suggestion that you use your blocks, and I don't have a second one, but use your blocks so that we're actually going to start and end this way. So if you want to stay seated, feel free to do that. You could have one block up on the upper end, and then I'd suggest a block on the flat side. I'm going to actually grab one more so that you really are supported by that bolster. So you have one block up high, one block a little lower so that you do have that support, and then you will lay your spine onto the bolster. And the idea here is to open up through the front of the shoulders, through the front body. So maybe it feels okay to spread the arms wide. If it does not, with the palms facing up, if it does not feel okay to do that, then maybe you bring your arms a little closer in. Maybe palms are down, maybe palms are up. So one thing that you may or may not notice during the day is that your palms are facing down a lot during the day. Whether you have your hands on your keyboard or you're driving a vehicle or you are typing on your phone. So this is an opportunity for palms to face up. Again, if that doesn't feel right, find what feels best. So we have deliberately taken time away from our desks to be here on our mat. Knowing that you have done this, recognize that this time is your time. It does not belong to anybody else. Bring your full attention to your breath and the movement of the breath. Feel the calming breath flow in, the relaxing breath flow out. Let's stay here a few more rounds of breath. Now from where you are here, if you'll set the soles of the feet to the mat, bring them about mat width apart, and arms can be a little bit more steadying. So if you have your arms wide and you want to bring the arms a little closer in, feel free to do that. And then it's really gentle. This is actually not a big movement of windshield wipering the legs from side to side. Again, it's not as big of a movement here as it would be if we were flat to our back. So we'll just start easy. Good. And then bring the knees center, and let's push ourselves up here. Come off that bolster in any way that feels perfectly right. You're going to remove anything you have on your mat, and you'll lay right back down onto your back. And then once you arrive on your back here, arms are alongside you, palms down. Walk your feet close into your bottom. Press the lower back into the mat. Feel the abdominal engagement, and then release the lower back up off the mat. Even create a little more space here between your lower back and the mat. Again, pushing the lower back to the mat. Feel the abdominal engagement. Feel that space diminish completely, and then release the lower back from the mat. Do a few more rounds of this at your pace, pressing the lower back to the mat. Really feel that movement. Feel that slight abdominal engagement. So we're doing some gentle abdominal work here. Good. Now, the next time the lower back is connected to the mat, pause right there, and let's begin to continue the movement of rolling up to a bridge pose. So one vertebra at a time, bridge all the way up to the shoulders. Keep the neck long, chin away from your chest, and then just as slowly begin to bridge back down. So we're controlling that movement with our core strength. Once you have bridged down, again, no rush. We will bridge up, and this time we will bridge up and hold. In your bridge pose, walk your shoulders underneath you. Once again, here, an opportunity to open up through the front body. So maybe you can clasp your hands together, maybe not, but try to open up as much as you can through the front body, through the chest, the legs. I'm sure you can feel them working, engaging. Pause here, one more full breath. And then release your shoulders from underneath you and begin to slowly, one vertebra at a time, release all the way down. Once you are all the way down, hug your knees into your chest. Good. Once you have kind of massaged that out, let's rock and roll up to seated. All right, and then you can turn and face me. So we'll be here just a bit. So if you'd like to sit up on a bolster, feel free to do that. It might feel a little bit better here. We'll stretch a little through the neck and try to release a little bit through the traps. And I believe we did this last week. We're going to do it again here. So you're dropping your right ear to your right shoulder. Let both shoulders relax down. And then let those left fingertips, you can crawl them out to the side. You could bring your left arm behind your back. You could drop your chin toward the shoulder. You could angle your chin up toward the ceiling. You could also use that right hand and massage through that upper trap and then up into the neck. My Bluetooth part seems to be not as robust as it once was. I have this happen often in yoga where my phone needs to be pretty close to where that speaker is. All right, come back up to center, and then let's drop the left ear to the left shoulder. Once again here, the opposite arm travels out, the arm goes behind your back. And then feel free to find a little bit of an angle if that feels right. You can also take your free hand, your right hand, your left hand, excuse me, and give yourself a little massage. Beautiful, bring the head back to center. All right, we move to an all fours position. A couple weeks ago, we did the same thing. So we're gonna actually do it again here. Hands are underneath the shoulders and the knees underneath the hips. Before we begin to add anything here, let's really tune in to slight abdominal engagement and drawing the chin toward the back of the throat. So try to keep your spine long and your slight abdominal engagement so that you've got some support. All right, right arm is going to, you're going to send that straight out in front. And we pause right here, push up and out of that left hand, feel the strength through that left side. And just what has to happen in order for you to keep that right arm extended. Now let's add a little counterbalance. The left leg will go straight back behind. We pause right here, take a deep breath in. As you exhale, draw your elbow and knee in toward each other. On your inhale, arm and leg go long. You may even want to add a little bit of arch in the back. Think of a cow pose. Exhale, elbow and knee in. Find that cat round. One more time, we extend and lengthen. We draw elbow and knee in toward each other. Now extend again here, set your right hand to the floor, drop those left toes long on your mat and do a quarter pivot to face the long edge of the mat. Let that right leg go with you. You could kickstand that leg or the foot behind you. Your left arm will go up into the air and then your left arm alongside the head, reaching toward the front of the room for a side body stretch. Oops, that's right. You're not facing the side of the room. The front of the room. So the side of the room. Nope, you got it, Michelle. You were absolutely right with what you're doing. Yep, so your left arm will go by your ear. There you go, beautiful. All right, let me make myself a little more visible. Actually, just listen to my voice. Your left leg will now go up into the air. Your left arm will be up over the shoulder. This is a little mini half moon. So it's a little balanced pose. You got it. It's beautiful. Hold here. One more full breath. Perfect. And then let's release to an all four, so a tabletop position. And you're welcome to find any movement here that feels right. That includes sending the hips back to the heels, coming off the hands. You could roll through the wrists here. You could do a little massage through the forehead if the forehead connects with the mat, or a little rock of the hips. All right, y'all. Let's make our way back to a tabletop position. And before we begin to add anything, reconnect here with your spinal alignment and with that slight abdominal engagement. Now your left arm will go straight out in front, and we pause and we just hold. Push up and out of that right hand. So if you feel like you're sinking into that right shoulder, really be aware of that. Trying to add a little strength piece here. The right leg will go straight back behind you for that counterbalance. And then we add movement. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, elbow and knee draw in. Inhale to lengthen, maybe even a little arch in the back. Exhale, elbow and knee in. We practice one more of those. Lengthen long on your inhale. Exhale, knee and elbow draw in. Now lengthen again here. Set your left hand to the mat. Keep those right leg long. Drop the toes to the mat. And do that quarter pivot to face the long edge of your mat. Right arm goes up into the air. Yep, you've got it. So perfect. And then draw that right arm, or bring that right arm by your ear. Think of a nice long side body stretch. Now we practice this little mini half moon shape. So your right arm goes up over the shoulder and the right leg goes up into the air. Push up and out of that right hand or that left hand. Yep, so nice. One more breath. Make your way back to tabletop. And together, let's find an extended child's pose. Now, in this extended child's pose, you actually have a couple of blocks available to you. If you will grab those blocks and place them side by side, but give yourself space in between, you'll rest your elbows on your blocks, and then you'll bring your fingertips or prayer position behind the neck and drop your forehead, your head between those blocks. So the intent here is to stretch through the shoulders. So if you find that you aren't feeling anything in the shoulders, maybe you walk your elbows forward a little bit more. Perfect. All right, slowly come back to a tabletop position. Curl your toes under, walk hands and feet together. Let's find a standing forward bend. And let's roll up one vertebra at a time. Come all the way up to stand. All right. Once you are all the way up, if you will grab that strap, let's work through the shoulders and the upper traps a little bit more, front of the shoulders, and then hopefully you'll get a little release through those traps as well. All right, so you're grabbing your strap so that either palms face in. You could eliminate that strap altogether and clasp your hands together. You could turn your palms to face the wall behind you. So find here what works here for your shoulders. Let's first roll the shoulders up, around, down, and back, soft knees. We are going to fold the body forward. We have a couple of things that'll go on here. A stretch through the front of the shoulders as well as a stretch through the hamstrings. So since there's so much going on, maybe you widen your stance a little bit more here. Maybe you bend your knees a little extra this first time. Try to let your head relax. We pause one more breath. Perfect. Let's slowly come up to stand. Good. You can release that strap. We do a couple of half salutes. So you can turn and face me if you'd like. And so we'll add in a couple of twists into these half salutes just to continue to do some things with the spine. So let's inhale, sweep the arms up. As you exhale, open up through the front body. Inhale, lengthen up. You're going to twist to your right and look to the right. Arms go wide. Inhale, bring the arm center. Exhale, twist to your left. One more time each way. Inhale, come center. Exhale, twist to your right. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to your left. Good. Now inhale, center. Exhale, back into that back bend. Open up. Lengthen the body and dive fully forward as you exhale. Inhale to a half lift. So maybe airplane wing arms, maybe hands to your legs. Dive yourself fully forward. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Sweep all the way up. Stretch up tall. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, lengthen up. Now twist to your right. Maybe that right knee can come up at the same time. And we pause. So looking out to the right on a spot, in a spot, taking a spot into mind where that is not moving. Slowly come back to center, and we switch to the other side. So you're twisting to the left. Find some spot over here on that left side that is not moving. Beautiful. Come back to center. Send both arms up into the air. Open up one more time here. Inhale, lengthen up and dive fully forward as you exhale. Inhale to a half lift. Exhale, dive yourself forward. Inhale, reverse swan dive, sweep all the way up, stretch up tall. Exhale, back bend, and we send the arms up. Arms come down to your side. Beautiful.